At the Hawaiian Islands, they are isolated in the Pacific.
That's just one reason why telescopes dot the summit of Haleakala on Maui and Mauna Kea on the Big Island, and why astronomy and Hawaii easily go hand in hand. Well, location is key, of course, in attracting some of the world's best scientists to the islands.
But when it comes to astronomy, there's so many more reasons why there's no better place than here, Hawaii, to look into space. Let's go to meteorologist Justin Fujioka for more on this. Justin.
Hey, Kenny, Laura, ever wonder why the stars twinkle? Well, it's because of air turbulence in our atmosphere. And in Hawaii, turbulence is minimized because of the type of volcanoes that built our islands, relatively flat shield volcanoes.
And so the wind is floating over these in a kind of laminar fashion, so it doesn't make a lot of turbulence, and therefore the air is relatively smooth.
And the smoother, the better when looking to space. But all that wouldn't matter if clouds are in the way. Well, in Hawaii, rarely are there clouds at or above the high summits of Maui and the Big Island. That's because there's normally a layer of warm air around the 5,000 to 7,000 foot level, where it actually gets warmer with height. This thermal inversion layer prevents clouds from rising above it, and a lot more.
What that does is it sort of traps below that spot all the mean, nasty things we don't like to look through, like dust, pollen, water vapor, industrial air pollution, and it makes for a much clearer sky.
But the inversion doesn't keep everything out. Because Mauna Kea is fairly close to active volcanoes, Kilauea and Mauna Loa, there's a bit of volcanic pollution there, which hampers primarily solar observations. That's why many of Haleakala's telescopes focus on the sun, while those atop Mauna Kea focus on the night sky. These telescopes are very expensive and almost impossible for a state-run institution like the University of Hawaii's Institute for Astronomy to fund.
But we can team and partner with different universities, different countries, Japan, Canada, France. And in turn, what we do is we get a dedicated percentage of time on those facilities at basically no cost to us.
And that makes us a very attractive place to bring in people from all over the world. So we have an unfair advantage of having this wonderful suite of instruments.
And the goal is to build on this suite of instruments by increasing IFA activity and workforce to compete with other schools like Princeton and Caltech.
For the last few years, the economic boundary conditions didn't allow us to blossom. But now I'm really looking forward to, we are hiring new young faculty members. I'm looking forward to a new wave of excitement and young people coming here.
And would you believe you may be able to look through one of those telescopes via the internet? The Falks Telescope Project atop Haleakala is available for educational purposes. If you're a teacher interested in getting some educational time on that telescope, you can contact J.D. Armstrong at 808-573-9519 or jd@ifa.hawaii.edu. Control and viewing of that telescope, believe it or not, done completely online. And I got a chance to play around with that telescope while I was up in Haleakala. Amazing stuff. You can put in like coordinates, whatnot, and you can point things at planets, stars, whatever you need.
It's a nice big toy for you guys.
Yeah, it is.
You just study the skies.
Beautiful to be up there too. I mean, you get a sense as to the clarity of the air and the sky when you're up there.
On that day, luckily, like most days in Hawaii, clouds were below the summit, and that's because we're talking about that inversion, basically a layer of warmer air that traps all the clouds and pollutants below about 5,000 to 7,000 feet.